Achieving financial success takes dedication, discipline, and most importantly, a plan. For over 30 years, Don Reynolds has helped savers define their needs, formulate their plans, and achieve their goals. From accumulation to preservation and protection, and through the income distribution phase in retirement, implementing the right strategies makes all the difference. Your retirement is our business. Welcome to Strategic Asset Preservation.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Reynolds Wrap. Of course, joining me is my great friend and business partner, Corey Still.
Hello, everyone, and welcome.
So today we're going to do our final series, or our final episode, on the 6 core issues that you must deal with in retirement. And today it's about legacy planning. That's a very important topic. Under current laws, estate taxes are a lot different than they were back in 2017. Mm-hmm. But for those who don't know, when 2026 comes under current law, we're going to revert back to everything that it was in 2017. Mm-hmm. And that is a drastic difference, folks. I will tell you that. So, we do our best to plan with the laws that are in place at the time. And so it can be challenging for us sometimes because, we plan for folks based on current law, and then they change laws, and then the plan we put in place, we maybe don't need anymore. But then they change things back. And so it's really a challenge for us to do that. But we do know about legacy planning is, if you're not aware about estate taxes, you need to be, because they can be a very, very costly thing. And this may or not pertain to some people when it comes to estate taxes, but also when it comes to just legacy as a whole, you want to make sure that you have all of your, and I don't like no pun intended, but ducks in a row, because you do not want the state of Minnesota to be the executor of your estate. That won't end well at all.
Correct. I think, as you've heard us say, as we've talked about these 6 core issues, is once again, have a plan in this area. Again, the fun part of our job is we meet with different clients. We have some clients that have no desire to leave a legacy and want to spend every dollar, and some want to leave a large legacy, and every range in between there. So again, make sure that your desires and wishes are aligned with the advisor you're working with, and make sure that your goals and those desires for the legacy, again, are aligned and properly planned for. Whether it be life insurance as a plan for legacy, pennies on the dollar. It's some of the best routes or manners or ways to plan for a legacy and leaving a legacy behind. Or maybe perhaps the folks you're talking to out there have a plan for making sure to leave some behind for charitable organizations. So make sure you have your assets titled properly and going to the proper places. So at a higher level, when we talk about legacy planning, we can get into the nit and gritties, and we do with our clients, but make sure, again, that your goals, your objectives, your desires and dreams when it comes to legacy align with the advisor you're working with, and that you have those plans in place then to be carried out. Because again, we don't want any surprises, nor do you or the family members or heirs or charitable organizations that you have talked about, as far as making sure that, again, those plans are controlled and carried out once the untimely passing comes for our clients. And again, the surprises is, I guess, the big thing. We just want to make sure you don't have those surprises and you have that plan in place and it is executed upon that untimely passing.
Absolutely. I use Prince for a perfect example. And obviously, the gentleman had a great deal of wealth, but did not have any will. Mm-hmm. And, that's a nightmare for that entire family. I still don't know. I imagine things probably have been worked out now. I actually haven't followed it myself, but there's many, many, many stories of wealthy people who never had wills or trusts, and they need it. Now, the biggest thing about legacy is you want to make sure you got a durable power of attorney, and that's for the financial aspect. And then you want to have a healthcare directive. Those are 2 key components of wills. Without that, it can be an absolute nightmare for your loved ones, because there's rules out there for the medical community that they got to do everything they can to keep you alive, whether you want to stay alive or not. Well, your healthcare directive can certainly control that. I know I don't want to be a vegetable and sit around in a wheelchair and all that. I'm not interested in that at all. If I don't have quality of life, then the good Lord can have me and bring me home. So again, it's really about just making sure that you are planning for this and understand the ramifications if you don't have a will. And if you need a trust, then a trust, of course. Again, Corey mentioned titling things. It's very easy, bank accounts, POD, investment accounts, TOD. So there are some easy remedies for a lot of this stuff, but you still need to make sure you do your due diligence. And I will just add that we do work with a firm who does estate and planning and tax planning and all that kind of stuff when it comes to this. So we can certainly recommend someone who, is very sharp. He knows what he's doing. He actually does some workshops with us on a quarterly basis. So again, I think the key here is to make sure, like Corey said, you get a plan in place. I would be willing to bet that 50%, Corey, you think maybe come to our office and don't even have a will?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say it's even higher. It's even higher. Again, just to being unprepared is the key there. And in talking with that attorney that works jointly with us for our clients, if you do need to have further help with this on a legal matter, again, he just mentions that the number one thing he sees is that people don't have a plan in place. And the number two thing is they don't have their assets titled properly. He says, if you just simply do those two things, you're probably 3/4, if not 75% ahead of everyone else out there. So again, those are some of the key components. And again, as we throw on acronyms, we'd be happy to explain what they mean. And Don said POD on TOD, it's payable on death or transferable on death. Those are different things again. So again, if depending upon the knowledge out there as our listener base is listening to us, it can range from, again, not having very little knowledge in this area to some that have extreme knowledge and have plans in place with attorneys they've worked with. So no matter where you're at in that span or that scope of knowledge, please give us a call. We'd be happy to go through this with you further. And again, if you have a complex case, refer you to the attorney that we work with. If you need some legal help in this area, of course, Don and I are not attorneys. We've got some great knowledge in this area, but if you need any type of legal help, of course, we can get you that referable resource. But again, give us a call at 651-773-3859. Folks, that's where the number one start is. Just give us a call, come in for a no cost, no obligation meeting to go through some of these things. And if this legacy tab of the number 6 on these core issues is one that really strikes a chord with you, we'd be happy to talk with you and go through that with you. Whether you're a current client or a client out there that's not one of ours yet, we'd be honored to sit with you. 651-773-3859.
Very good. And with that, we want to thank you for, listening to our podcasts. We hope you're getting value from these. And everybody have a great day. And I know the 4th is coming up real quick. It's hard to believe we're almost to the 4th of July already, but hope everybody has a great and safe 4th of July holiday.
Yeah. Take care, everyone. Thanks for listening in.
Listen to more with Don Reynolds and Corey Stilp on the Strategic Asset Preservation Podcast by visiting 800preserve.com.
The information presented on this program is provided for informational purposes only, without warranty of accuracy, completeness, or suitability for a particular purpose. This program is not intended to be and does not constitute financial, investment, legal, or tax advice. This information is general in nature, not specific enough to be construed as advice. You should not make any decision based on the information presented on this program without independent consultation with an appropriately licensed professional or competent advisor. Investment in securities or the market involves a potential risk for loss of principal. Trading, therefore, may not be suitable for all listeners. Annuity guarantees are based solely on the financial strength and claims-paying ability of the issuing company. Withdrawals of growth from annuities may be taxable as ordinary income in the year it is taken. Individuals should review contracts for specific details of the product's features and costs. Early withdrawals may subject the owner to penalties, fees, or taxes.
Fiduciary duty extends solely to investment advisory advice and does not extend to other activities such as insurance or broker-dealer services. Advisory clients are charged a quarterly fee for assets under management, while insurance products pay a commission, which may result in a conflict of interest regarding compensation.
Advisory services offered through Brookstone Capital Management, a registered investment advisor.